This is the 2024 Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek Edition. And in this video, I'm going to tell you 5 good things about it and 5, well, not so good things about it to make you a better informed consumer. Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. And yes, this is the 2024 Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek Edition. We know it's a Rock Creek by the name on the side there, by the 18-inch wheels with beadlock looking style capable wheels, and we have a little bit of a suspension lift. And we can see on the badging inside the vehicle, I'll show you the Rock Creek Edition in there as well. Let's start with the likes, and let's just get right to it, because this vehicle's been out for a little bit, and Rock Creek Edition is just a special edition of it. So the likes, number one is all just the style. I just think it looks good. I think the style has been out for a while, but I think it still holds up well. I don't think that the exterior design is not off-putting to me. It still looks kind of modern. It doesn't look like it's dull. And I think it has aged well. The body lines still look good. The sharp kind of body line above that rear door handle looks good. I like the way the wheels look on this. It looks meatier. It looks like it's more of an off-road version of it. It has an off-road tuned suspension. Yes, it's not the Pathfinder of years past or Nissan Xterra where they used to have these, body on frame stuff. This is still a unibody vehicle, but I like the looks of it. I think it looks pretty darn good. Okay, now behind the wheel, there's a couple of things that really stand out to me that are good, and well, one is like above average good. And it's something I talk a lot about on the channel, is seat comfort. I don't know why this is not talked about more in reviews and things, but where do you spend most of your time? You spend most time in the seat. So I like to talk about it, and in this case, I'm happy to be in a Nissan because Nissan has some of the best seats for comfort in the industry. They are super comfortable. This is a great road trip vehicle for, well, relaxing. Because not that you have to adjust your hips or shift your buttocks one way or the other. It is just really comfortable. And I think Nissan is, like I said, if they're known for one thing, they should be known for seat comfort. And if seat comfort matters to you, then Nissan's really where it's at. The other thing that I like to point out in these reviews, and something that Nissan does really well in this, and I'm really impressed with, is outward visibility. Like, I'll show you some footage here, but when I kind of pan around for the windshield and the side windows, I can see really well. They have got this dash that has dropped down quite a bit, and the way the windshield is raked, as far as the angle of it, I can see really well. Like, I don't have any blind spots. As far as from my position looking around like this, the A-pillar is nice and narrow. The shape of the A-pillar lets your eyes go around it a little bit. I mean, it is really well done as far as those two things. Now, one of the things I do like about this Nissan Pathfinder is going to be here in the rear seats. As you can tell, I'm kind of sitting like a theater style. I have lots of headroom still, but I can easily look over top the driver and I can tell him where to go. I can backseat driver really easily back here. And I have a nice armrest. I have cup holders. I have some heating controls. I have USBs. I kind of have what I want back here. And again, like I said, plenty of headrest as far as headroom in this second row. So I like second row. I could road trip in this one in the second row and be fine. Leg room, everything is good. Oh, and additional cup holders here. So lots of cup holders, lots of space for things, which is always critical on like road tripping or a vehicle like this. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is going to be right here. No, I'm not talking powertrain. We'll talk about that a little bit, but I'm talking like overall vehicle. It's reliability. One of the things that's interesting about Nissan is nobody talks about their reliability. They're a pretty reliable vehicle. Toyota and Honda seem to get all the acclaim in that segment, which is odd because when I've done this data and crunched it, Nissan's right there with those players. In the case, for example, the Toyota Tacoma versus Nissan Frontier, everybody's like, Tacoma, it's bulletproof, lasts forever, all this kind of stuff about it. Nissan Frontier is right there in reliability. And so one of the things I do like about Nissan vehicles that just doesn't get talked about, like I said, is reliability. You don't have to have a Toyota or a Honda to get it. Nissan's got it too. I know one of the things I don't really like about this vehicle is that, yes, the looks are good. It plays the part. It looks like more of an off-road vehicle, more off-road tuned suspension, but that's it. You don't really have a whole lot else that speaks to it. I wish they could have done more. I wish maybe there was more accents here. Take that orange inside there and maybe do some orange stripe or orange lights or just somehow add to it. If you remember if you ever seen the Ford F-50 Tremor, they took the orange kind of styling colors and they kind of splashed it around, really made it stood out a little bit more. They could, you know, raise this suspension even a little bit higher. You can go even higher with this because entry exit is still really good, even with the lift. So give me a little bit more, give a little more ground clearance. I just thought from an engineering and maybe design standpoint, just a few more touches on this might go a long way. One of the things I don't like, one of my criticisms of the Nissan Pathfinder is going to be just this interior layout. And I'm just speaking right here, and over here with the dials and things. And it works. Don't get me wrong, it works. It's just, to me, compared to where the competition is going and where things are going, still have a lot of analog gauges. We have still kind of a really kind of smaller screen. It's not very graphically, doesn't look really good as far as, you know, it's just older. It's older tech, I should say, is a better way to say it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just in today's world, it's older tech. I don't like the piano black. I know it gives a luxury finish. I know designers like this luxury finish look to it, but every vehicle I've owned with this piano black always looks dirty. It always looks dirty every time I get in it. So I'm not a big fan of that. But yeah, I just overall, I mean, they could just step it up a notch. I mean, the buttons could be a little bit more designed as far as a way to make it feel a little more luxurious. It's kind of just basic icons. The interior just kind of basic icons. So it's like the exterior design is good. The powertrain, we'll talk more about that as well. But why on this, as far as the interior layout and design, we just need to upgrade this. And I think if we just made this more modern looking, I think it'd be much more competitive in the segment. One thing I'm not really sure about is those the third row back there. So let's play with this a little bit, because these seats do slide, so you can slide up and so you can get some more leg room there. So I'm going to give myself max leg room, and then I'm going to push this button and get out of the way so I can get in. One thing that I'd like to see added, which they've done it, they have some kind of grab hold here, but I like how the Toyota Grand Highlander does it, where it's a bigger object sticking out. But let's go ahead and try to get back here. So, again, I'm not really sure how this works, but okay, all right. So, I'm back here. I'm 5'7", on a good day, 5'8" with boots on. Yeah. Man, these seats are hard, uncomfortable, and getting out is kind of a problem. So I'm not so certain on this third row seating whether that's a home run or not. Seems like no headroom either. Seems like this could be rethought a little bit. Not rethink completely, but like I said, the Grand Highlander does it. That's Toyota's new version of three-row SUV. Does it better. Okay, let's talk about something I don't like, and it's this. All right, there we go. This has got the natural aspirated V6, and while a lot of people like it for reliability, the rest of the industry is moving towards turbocharged engines, and for a really good reason. Kind of what I just showed you. Offline speed and passing speed are my two big keys. You can tow with this. It tows about 6,000 pounds, and that'll factor in there as well. And why does it factor? Well, this one has a pretty good amount of torque. 270 foot-pounds of torque with premium fuel, which is interesting. Nissan listed it that way. 259 foot-pounds of torque with non-premium fuel, regular 87 grade, 85 grade, whatever the deal is going to be. So 270 pound-feet of torque, it sounds like a big number. And people always like to tout on the internet torque. They talk about this torque number and who's got the most torque and who's not, whatever. That doesn't matter. What should matter to you as a consumer is the torque curve. In that, when do you see peak torque? That matters more than what the total number is. So a lot of brands, they have these charts, they put out these dyno charts. They show the torque curve. It's it's like simulated torque curve. You can see the numbers, and they can see on the dyno and stuff how it looks. And so when you do a V6, it'll kind of go, you know, RPMs, torque, total torque output, and it kind of goes like this. And it's kind of a not so fast peak torque, and kind of just glides out towards the end as you max out the torque band. In the turbocharged engine, you'll see this torque curve go much sharper initially, and then it kind of follows the same lines as it goes out. And so what you should be concerned about as a consumer is not, like I said, not about max torque. You should be concerned about when you get the max torque. And so in a turbocharged engine, you get max torque a lot faster. And the rest of the industry is moving that way because a couple things. First of all, better emissions. You get slightly better fuel economy, depending how you drive it. And from a performance standpoint, from a driver standpoint, it's much more of an enjoyable driving experience versus the naturally aspirated V6 because offline speed and passing speed. So it just feels like the vehicle is more powerful, even though you can downsize the engine, cubic inches of the engine, and use less cylinders. Once you tack on the turbo, you get the benefits of having an even more powerful powertrain. Now, like I said, it's a little controversial. People still believe that turbos are unreliable, even though the data hasn't shown that. And they still know, and we know that turbos are really expensive to fix. So replacing a turbo is $3,000 to $4,000. It's expensive. We don't see many turbos go out, but yes, there still is that fear factor about reliability when it comes to turbocharged engines. So just keep that in mind. You're gonna have argument one way or the other. Again, the data hasn't shown it to be unreliable, but there's some, we still have this thought out there that turbos aren't reliable. And just keep that in mind when you're shopping around. If you drive different vehicles and competitors like this, you may find the other ones will feel faster, and you're looking at this going, with a smaller engine, it's the turbo. That's what matters. Okay, two last items to talk about is, number one, all week long I wish I had a digital rear view mirror. If you've not seen these, it basically takes the backup camera and puts it on the screen. Why? That headrest right there is always in your eyesight. So you can take the headrest down, but then the other two headrests, I gotta fold those down. I have the seats there. If I had a digital rear view mirror, I could see behind me at all times without having to look around the headrest or the seating back there. In a 3-row SUV, a digital rear view mirror is really good. It's really nice to have, like I said, because you can see, don't have to look at people behind you, look around. And it's interesting because Nissan was one of the first people to come out with that when I reported on it. They made a big deal about the rear view mirror, about having balloons in the back of a Nissan Armada and being able to see out the rear view mirror when you have balloons back here, when your view's obstructed. And so for $45,000, which is the price of this Nissan Pathfinder, I want a mirror. I think it makes a big difference. The final item that kind of confusing to me is it's got this really great space here for like a cell phone, but there's no wireless charging. I have a nice spot to set my phone up, but I'm like, why don't I have wireless charging? It just seems weird to me. I have like 2 USBs in there, one old style, one new style, but I don't have a wireless charger, and I don't understand that. Like, again, kind of my criticism here with the rest of the industry going that direction of wireless chargers, of the new USB, of the bigger screens, more technology, better graphics. It just seems like it's yet another miss on this vehicle, and people are tired of cords. They want even a wireless charger built in here. Could be nice, good storage, but no charger. We have the Rock Creek and all that kind of stuff laid out, which is a nice addition of Sonon, but there's no benefit there. Like, give me, I mean, it's like, I like it. Spells out, everything's nice. Just give me those little detail things that would make ownership of this vehicle that much, well, better. All right, there you go. There's my thoughts on this 2024 Nissan Pathfinder. 4-wheel drive, they call it. To me, it's all-wheel drive. It's a Rock Creek edition, $45,000. So what do you guys think? Put your comments down below. I'd be curious your thoughts. Do you agree with me, disagree with me? People love to pick apart my dislikes. And I love reading your feedback because it's good sometimes. Other times not so good. That's all right. So for more chick videos over here, website down below as well. Pickuptrucktalk.com for more details and news and specs like that. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.